Hey, it's Lacey Broussard, and this is the Multi-Orgasmic Mama podcast. From sex and motherhood, birth and relationships, communication and intimacy building, and Taoism and Tantra, we explore topics such as self-care, self-pleasure, body image, jade eggs, the feminine cycles, creativity in business, and modern spirituality. The Multi-Orgasmic Mama is a place to come for true stories and transformational advice on how to be a mama and a multi-orgasmic woman too. Welcome, mamas. It's Lacey Broussard here, and today we are talking about 8 self-care practices for your sex life. Can't wait to share with you this juicy stuff. You'd have to be living under a rock these days to not have caught on to the latest craze. Self-care, right? I knew that this became a buzzword when my 7-year-old came home from school one day telling about how one of his female classmates had her birthday party at a local spa. Everyone is talking about self-care and how important it is that we need to set aside our caregiving tendencies and really focus on replenishing ourselves, either by doing simple things like taking luxurious bubble baths and go and get a massage maybe once a month, journaling on a specific topic, meditating, going to a yoga class, getting out in nature more, and even just going on regular dates with your partner. All of this is super great, and it's totally helping people to live more balanced and happy lives. But as a sex coach for soulful and successful women, of course, I'm the one sitting over here wondering, what's anybody doing for their sex life, right? Because the truth is, so many people are suffering in their relationship and in their sex life. No one taught us amazingly fun and satisfying ways to intimately connect with their partner over a lifetime, or how to talk with each other in a way that feels safe, or that we know deep down that we were heard when we spoke our sexual desires. No one taught us the perfection of our bodies and our sexuality, or that our sexuality could even be a portal to God. And no one told us that our bodies were amazing and did these amazing things and held the capacity for pleasure beyond what we could ever even imagine. And no one taught us how to consciously make love to our partners or to ourselves. No one taught us that we could carry the identity of mama and sex goddess simultaneously. And no one taught us how to fully unleash and surrender in the bedroom, or gave us permission to let out our wild. So how can we change all of this now? Well, it starts with a little self-care and TLC for your sex life, babe. So let's dive into that. What is self-care for your sex life? It's any activity that you do for yourself that makes your sex life more healthy. Or should I say healthier? I don't know. I really suck at English and spelling. Okay, but it doesn't have to involve your partner. Okay, self-care is something you do for yourself. So I'm going to give you 8 self-care practices for your sex life that you can do for yourself. So you don't have to even get your partner on board. Number 1, rewrite your personal sexual narrative. What a beautiful practice. You can do this 2 ways. You can write it down on paper and reread it every day for 5 days, or you can speak it, stream of consciousness, into your smartphone, and you can record it, and then you can listen to yourself speaking your new sexual narrative to yourself. So what do you do when you rewrite a personal sexual narrative? Well, you think of all of the things that if you had a daughter, or maybe you actually do have a daughter, what would you tell her about sexuality and her body that you would want her to grow up knowing? If she were to grow up having the most amazing thoughts and beliefs around her body and her sexuality, what would you say to her? Okay, that is what you're going to write for your personal sexual narrative, because truth is, we all got told a bunch of BS about our bodies and our sexuality and how they should look like or how they should be, and it did us a lot of damage. So I want you to go and rewrite this personal sexual narrative. And I want you to speak about all of the amazing things about your body and your sexuality that you know are true, but that maybe no one told you growing up. And I want you to see how listening to this or reading this 5 times this upcoming week or over the next 2 weeks changes how you see and view your sexuality and your body. Try it out. This is an amazingly powerful practice. Number 2, read books about sexuality to understand women's sexuality in particular. 2 suggestions are Come As You Are by Emily Nagoski or Vagina by Naomi Wolf. These 2 books are really going to help a woman understand what it is that is different about her sexuality than men's. So a lot of what we learn about women's sexuality is mapped on a male model of how sexuality works. But the thing is that women's sexuality is so completely different. And the way that women get turned on and the way they get turned off is so much more dynamic than how men's sexuality works. So I want you to go and read these 2 books because you will start to understand that libido is not actually a thing. Women don't just have sexual desire or they don't. It is much more dynamic, and it is a play between sexual accelerators and sexual brakes. And you go and read the book and you're going to understand and you're going to feel more like a normal person, and you're not going to badger yourself because you don't have sexual desire the way that your partner does or the way that your other girlfriend does. You're going to understand that it's okay, that you are perfect exactly as you are. And you're going to also learn how to work with your sexual accelerators and brakes. And then Vagina by Naomi Wolf, an amazing book just to begin to understand your own anatomy and how it functions and how it works. Okay, number 3, you're going to write body love affirmations all over your house and say them to yourself frequently. I am so tired of women looking into the mirror and actually listening and believing those voices that say they're not pretty enough, that when they look in the mirror, they see every little imperfection. They see everything that's wrong with them instead of seeing everything that's right and beautiful about them. If you struggle with this, I want you to go and write on your mirrors the most positive, beautiful things you could possibly say about yourself and your body, and see how this changes your internal self-talk. See how this changes every time you go look in the mirror. Are you going to say those negative things to yourself? Are you going to actually listen to those voices? Stop them in their tracks. Read your affirmation on the mirror. Number 4, start a conscious self-pleasure practice. This is my favorite one. This one is so powerful. I know so many women in relationships and partnerships who think that self-pleasure, there's no reason for it, right? They're in a relationship and they're getting their sexual needs met with their partner. I want you to start a conscious self-care practice. You do not need to put your entire sexual needs onto your partner. You need to take responsibility for that. When you want to learn how to have better sex with your partner, you have to learn how to have better sex with yourself. And when you learn that, then you're able to take that into the relationship, and sex can be more amazing with your partner. But if you are not having conscious self-pleasure practice now, if you are not learning to slow down for yourself, how in the world are you going to teach your partner how to slow down and to really touch you the way that you want to be touched? It starts with you. You have to learn how to do these things for yourself first. Now, if you want some help deciding what tools or techniques you can use to start a conscious self-pleasure practice, you can check out websites like OMG Yes. That's a really amazing site to go in and see how women are actually doing self-pleasure so that it's not such a mystery anymore, because women don't go around talking about self-pleasure. There's so many ways for women to pleasure themselves, but we're not talking about it. And also check out my podcast on sex toys for goddesses. I made a podcast on that. So if you're looking for things that aren't going to overstimulate you, but to really help you actually to feel more and to work through numbness and pain, then I want you to go check out those sex toys. I am not a fan of vibrators or anything that has batteries in it, because that over the long haul will eventually make you more numb and less sensitive. And since so many women already are numb and aren't sensitive down there, I want you to go check out those sex toys to help you to become more sensitive and to work out the pain and the numbness. Okay, number 5, do breast massage after each bath or shower. Breast massage is so simple. It does not take any more time out of your day. It is a way to lovingly connect to your body, to just even physically clear out old, stagnant, stuck energies inside of your body, and to bring in new pleasurable sensations, to connect with pleasure at least once throughout the day. So you can connect with pleasure by doing a simple 4 to 6 minute breast massage. So simple. Move your hands up on the outside, down on the inside in a circular direction. You'll use your palms along the breast with some coconut oil or lotion, whatever works for you on your skin. And then you'll do that for a couple of minutes, and you'll switch directions, and you'll use your palms to massage down on the outside and up on the inside. Do breast massage. Super simple. Number 6, self-care practice number 6. Practice speaking your desires. I want you to practice asking for what you want. Practice doing this outside of the bedroom before you start talking and speaking your desires inside of the bedroom. It's much easier to start asking for what you want and speaking your desires to your partner about things that don't have a lot of, it's not going to kill you if your partner doesn't actually give it to you, right? But inside the bedroom, that can be really, really vulnerable. So I want you to start speaking your desires outside of the bedroom more clearly. When you do this, you'll build courage to begin to speak your desires inside of the bedroom too. Super simple self-care practice. Just start asking for what you want. Stop beating around the bush. Stop making it seem like some manipulative way to get somebody to do something for you. Cut all of that crap out and just ask for what you want and speak your desires, please. Number 7, address pain or numbness with your healthcare provider. It should be like a no-brainer, right? People should be going to their doctor if they have pain during sex or if they have complete numbness during sex. You need to get that checked out to make sure if there is nothing physiologically wrong with you, then that's kind of where I come in as a sex coach to really help you to open up to the deeper somatic things that might be keeping you from experiencing pleasure during sexual interactions. But you always want to get that cleared by your doctor to make sure that it's not something actually serious. If you have pain or numbness during sex, I want you to schedule an appointment with your doctor and go take care of that. All right, number 8, self-care practice number 8. Another one of my favorites. Start a jade egg practice. Why a jade egg practice? What is a jade egg? If you've never heard of one, it's an egg-shaped stone that you wear internally inside of your vagina that you do different squeezes and releases with to help tone the pelvic floor, to help you to become more sensitive, to work out any tensions and stress inside of the vagina, and to help you to connect to your body in a way that you probably never have before. The jade egg practice is not wearing a jade egg around. It is like doing yoga for your vagina and your pelvis. start a jade egg practice. If you have no idea where to get one or what practices to do, you can check out my online shop at themultiorgasmicmama.com/shop, where I sell jade eggs and I sell all sorts of jade egg practices. And if you want any other information on the jade egg, you can check out different podcast episodes of this podcast. I have plenty where I talk about jade eggs and why, and where we go super in depth about the practices. So let's review these 8 self-care practices for your sex life real quick. 1, rewrite your personal sexual narrative and either read it or listen to it 5 times over the next week or 2. 2, read books like Come As You Are by Emily Nagoski or Vagina by Naomi Wolf, or any other books on sexuality that might spark your interest. 3, write body love affirmations all over your house and say them frequently. 4, start a conscious self-pleasure practice. 5, do breast massage after each bath or shower. 6, practice speaking your desires outside of the bedroom and eventually inside of the bedroom. 7, address pain or numbness with your healthcare provider. And 8, start a jade egg practice. If every woman were to pick 1 or 2 of these things and just do that, we would live in a drastically healthier world of sexuality. I want you to have the best sex life possible. I want you to have exquisite, connected sex with your partner and with yourself. I want you to experience what is possible and what's available for you. And we're not experiencing like not even a tenth of what's possible. So I want you to go try these things out. Start making self-care for your sex life a priority and see what changes for you. All right, mamas, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.